Uh-oh. Our rogue just rage quit. Our rogue said, I'm frustrated, and then our mage said, hi, frustrated, I'm Nieti. And then the rogue left. Unlucky, man. What can you do? Let's say your whole group is all not doing raid or not doing whatever, right? And they all have gear. That's fine, but that's usually not the case, right? Usually, if you're that guy who decides not to raid, you're gonna and you're trying to push high keys, you're gonna be playing with people who have high geared, right? And so what's gonna happen is you're gonna be that guy with gear in your group. Like, you're gonna be the 220 guy, and then everyone else is gonna be 226, and you're gonna get lobbed. Like, that's the more realistic rendition of, like, I'm trying to push the highest keys in the world. What about Zmok? I mean, we'll see. So this season he PvP'd, right? So Zmok had literally the best gear in the game this season. Last season, yeah, he definitely struggled a little bit. He was like pugging raids and stuff. I mean, and his gear was gear. Like, if he would have mythic raided and had better gear, then he would have been able to, like, do better, right? What route is this? Ooh, our tank is running around in soul shape form? Yo. I don't know if that's how we should be tanking. What the hell? I know it's a kite meta, but come on. To be fair, he had a lot of threat. My Earth Ellie's been alive the whole time. And I have threat. Where's the... Wait, did he try and do the switcheroo where he pretended to be outlaw and then switched to sin, but he messed up or something? Which way do we go? Oh, exactly. Does Earth Ollie work with threat? So Earth Ollie and trees are very, very different. Trees taunt. So no matter how much threat the tank has, the trees will take threat from the tank because they use a taunt. Earth Ellie does not taunt. All it does is just send threat out. All it does is just pulse threat. So if the tank has very, very high threat, it'll take a while for the Earth Ellie to get threat back. You know, like, imagine the Earth Ellie just like you have another tank in the pool. In terms of helping the tank survive, I mean, Earth Ellie is not very durable. Generally, if there's something that's gonna kill your tank, it's probably gonna kill your Earth Ellie too. There's maybe a few situations where that's not the case, but... You summon Ellie on pulls? I've been doing it on pull. I mean, it depends on what you're trying to do. If your goal is you're running the Earth Ellie Lego and you want to keep your Earth Ellie alive, then you should wait. Vent or Necro? I think Necro for raiding. I like Venthyr for Mythic Plus though. Honestly, in Mythic Plus you can play like anything. This sucks. Like no mana. The problems of running a billion haste on Grievous Week. Where is this rogue? Oh, he's running away from the Spiteful. Like Kyrian Resto Shaman? Yeah, so the Kyrian ability I think is probably the worst ability, but I would say it has the best passives, right? Like the file is really, really, really good. The Soulbind tree is really good too. The guy at the door delivered his Prime sub. Oh, congrats on your Switch, by the way, too. Sounds fun as hell. I wish I had a Switch right now in this content drought. The DH I play with have a stream. Like this guy, I have no idea. If you're looking for Psycho has a stream. If you're looking for DH stuff, I would highly recommend Psycho over this guy. Not that this guy isn't good, but Psycho is a great streamer as well. I am a frog. Psycho doesn't tank anymore. He does a little bit. I think he just in the current 9-1 content drought, I think he just does whatever nowadays. Kind of like we all do. Oh, we belted them. Nice. Yeah, we definitely could have lusted the first pull. Wasn't sure how fast we were gonna go. How do I make Nitro use Earth Shield on me when he plays as Shaman? Probably just wants to get back to his Holy Priest, man. Just tell him that Earth Shield is like flash concentration, and he'll understand. You think having the last two bosses of the raid drop higher level gear is a good system? It depends. I don't know. Personally, I like harder stuff dropping better gear, and I think they should like extend that by a lot. Like, I think it seems like really weird right now, right, in its current state, where it's like all the gear is very normalized except for the last two bosses. I like the idea of like more gear progression, not just oh, this is like 226 is the best item level and you can get it however you want and like whatever. Like, I like the idea of like this gear being really hard to get, and you have, you know, like you have to kill really hard bosses or like do really hard keys to get it. But I don't know, I'm kind of indifferent about it. It just is what it is. In my opinion, like World of Warcraft is about raiding, and it's just a little weird to me if you're like, oh, I want to play WoW but I never want to raid. But I also think like it would be cool if they added those, like added that level of gear to like the equivalent high level content, you know? I guess it's not that weird if you don't want to raid. Raiding is kind of never mind. Scratch what I said. Yeah, never mind. Okay, so I think they should have better rewards for M+. All right, I don't know why we're waiting. So I guess to revise my answer, no, I don't think it's a good system, but I also think that having really good gear come from really hard stuff is a good system. They just need to figure out how to do it a little bit better. Like whenever they add cool rewards for Mythic Plus, the entire raiding scene blows up in anger. Yeah, so this is a big issue with WoW is so a majority of WoW's player base is raid loggers. People that only log in for raid, do the raid, and then log off. It's definitely worse now because we're so late in the content, like whatever, and no one's really playing. But even when the content is fresh and there's like, you know, PvP and Mythic Plus to do and whatever, like a majority of the WoW player base just only raids and then logs off. And what that leads to is Blizzard has to like cater to those people, right? So those are people who don't want to do anything else in the game but raid. And they just want to raid and then log off and play League of Legends or Path of Exile or something. Because a lot of people like have played WoW in the past and have done stuff in the past, but now they're just sort of like over it, but they still log in because their guild plays or whatever. Majority, oh my god, it's 100% a majority. I would say every guild that I've been in since the very beginning has had over 75% of the guild just only logs on for raid, or like only does solo content related to raid power and then raids. That's like basically everyone in any guild I've ever been in. This guy's beating my ass. Not that there's anything wrong with that, right? I'm not like nothing against that. I'm just saying that that's why you see them cater to those people, right? Every guild I'm in is full of casuals. What does casual or elite have to do with it? Majority of people aren't even max level. I mean, they're barely even playing the game then. They're either brand new or they're not playing the game. You can get max level in like a week, very casually. I guess my point wasn't to like super archetype the demographic of WoW, but my point was more to like, that's who they cater to, right? Like that's WoW's flagship thing is raiding. Like people play WoW, or at least they think people play WoW to raid. That's why, you know. Like almost everything in this game is tuned around raid, you know? Like it's almost entirely why the gearing system is the way that it is. I don't get why raiders think it's a good idea to heavily give Mythic Plus. Well, I think you have to be careful with what you listen to, because if there's one thing I've learned about people that play games online is they love to complain. If there's one thing that people play the games do, especially MMOs, they complain all the time. And it's like anything that isn't good for that one person, before even like thinking about the implications or anything like that, like they're just gonna complain about it. So like just keep in mind there's a lot of people in WoW that don't play Mythic Plus, and so anytime anything happens that's not good for them, they're gonna complain about it, right? Dude, we're getting blasted by this pack. What in the world is this? I do both, care about both. Where you're cool. Well, we ain't talking about you. This is very unlucky. The double lubricator when you're playing with a warlock is a very dangerous game to play. Where did our tank go? Anima requirements are ridiculous. That's actually true. That's actually true. It's actually very hard to get anima. I'm sure they'll make it more plentiful as the expansion goes on, just because that's what they always do. Like they make stuff a big grind in the beginning and then they make it easier later on. KSM mount is just a recolor. What's up with that? Yeah, I have the big dunce cap on that one, because remember when the Mythic Plus rating or whatever got announced? The in-game Raider IO, and I'm just like, what a great opportunity for them to add more in-game rewards to Mythic Plus. And not only do they add no rewards, but they also make the one thing that Mythic Plus has that's barely even, you know what I mean, like the Mythic Plus mount is just like a recolor. Granted, like they do recolors a lot. It's not like, it's definitely par for the course for WoW, because there's so many mounts, right? There's like 700 or something. Swapping the PvP mount with the Mythic Plus mount, that would be very interesting. That's a very interesting suggestion. You think people would be mad if they did that? Or maybe just recolors, I don't know. Another thing is, PvPers will pretend like that this isn't the case, but Blizzard definitely cares more about PvP than Mythic Plus. Like they would never do that to PvP. You know what I mean? Like it always has to be some exclusive PvP mount or whatever. Are we getting an in-game leaderboard for Mythic Plus? I don't know. I think we should, right? I think they should double down and triple down, and I think Mythic Plus is awesome, and I think they should put a lot of effort forth towards it. But I don't know if they will. There isn't anything on PTR right now, like an in-game leaderboard. Dude, Pride is a mount? That would be so sick. I think we shouldn't kill this guy. I think we don't want to kill this guy. I guess we have less. We have a Warlock and a Frost Mage and a Sin Rogue, so even though our trash damage isn't great, our boss damage is fine. The M plus mount should have unique bling based off your highest time key. Yeah, exactly. Like they need to do tons more cool shit like that. Tons more. Like there's so much room to do stuff like that too. It's not like these are crazy things, you know what I mean? Like this is very par for the course of any game. I think I'm being flamed by our rogue. He says, sometimes I wonder why high key players doing low ones. Just gaming. What is the play here? Do we pull this guy? Do we not pull this guy? You can actually pull him right here, I think. But that's maybe a little scary. Are we just hard waiting? How was it? I don't know. Maybe it wasn't a flame. All he said was, sometimes I don't know why high key players. I thought I was being flamed. Tips for healing Grievous is an HPAL. If you do ! Grievous in the chat, it'll give you a link to my video with tips on healing Grievous that I put out last Grievous week. You may find that useful. Other than that, just maybe tone down the damage a little bit, maybe focus a bit more on healing. Get shot, like run shock barrier instead of Mad Paragon. Oh wait, are we going back for the mask? Okay, forgot about the mask. Holy health stones. You have issues with mana on Shaman sometimes. Like Grievous is definitely way more mana intensive than other weeks. Like ultimately you just sort of have to deal with it, but yeah, I would say you're definitely gonna have more mana issues during Grievous week than other weeks. Not just Shaman though, like pretty much every healer. I'd probably play Mana Tide over Primal Tide. I feel like Primal Tide won't be that useful for Grievous. Maybe if you play Necrolord, Primal Tide could be good, but like I would rather just have like Mana Tide as an extra cooldown to use if you fall behind. Yeah, the Spiteful makes it really annoying for not being able to drink. You have to be super proactive with like, okay, the pack is ending, like mashing your drink buttons so that you can get a drink off before you get in combat, or like worrying about your mana even when your mana is high because you might be locked in combat. Anyone play Mistweaver? Sag. Not nearly enough Mistweavers in the world right now. Hopefully the damage buffs that they're giving in next patch help out a little bit. Oh no. That was I used my Earth Ellie way too early. Just immediately ripped thread and died. Oh well. I just wanted to get it on cooldown before boss because I didn't know how long this area would take. What mana regen drink is the best? It doesn't really matter. Ideally you just want mage food because it helps your it heals you and it gives you mana. There's no like PvE food that you can buy that does that. Like this is definitely a week where if I'm doing serious keys this week for whatever reason, I'm getting mage food. Even if it's like I don't have a mage in my group, I'm like going into Ouroboros or whatever and getting mage food. How often do I use Spirit Walkers? Whenever I need to. Whenever I need to. I probably don't use it as much as I should. Like, just from playing WoW, it's just a natural reaction when you have to move to just... Anytime that you see a dangerous mechanic to just cancel your cast and move, especially if it's a... like, something that you don't have a lot of reaction time on. But with Shaman, you don't have to do that nearly as often. But it's hard unless you play Shaman a lot to, like, reactively press Spirit Walkers every time and never move and never cancel your cast. Yeah, it's definitely easy to forget it exists. I think it's something. What I would recommend for trying to learn Spirit Walkers is think about certain mechanics and like Spirit Walkers certain mechanics, you know? Oh, that Shroud? Oh no, the Demon Hunter started pulling everything, but he has no defense up and he's not topped and I can't heal him. I'm just gonna SLT, I guess. This is my only move. Pomegranates on stock? Yeah, I actually have a weak aura. I have a weak aura that comes up with a big pomegranate icon on my screen if I'm ever in town and I don't have like 3 stacks of them or something. Like, okay, so for example, like in this area, you just have to have like, I don't know, just be more conscious about these swirlies because the swirlies happen like the whole area, right? And just be ready to use Spirit Walkers and just try and keep the back of your head. Like, even if it isn't all the time, like once you get to this area, like remind yourself like, okay, I'm going to have to move a lot. And then anytime you see the swirlies under your feet, your first reaction should be to press Spirit Walkers and not to move. And then that way you can finish your cast or whatever. Remember, you can cast Spirit Walkers while you're casting a spell too. You don't have to, like, it's not on it. Not only is it not on the global, but you can cast it while you're casting something else. Mistweaver loves Pride. That's one thing that Mistweaver is very, very good at, is healing Pride. I remember that in beta when I was playing a decent amount of Mistweaver because I was still like trying to figure out what's good. Mistweaver actually cranks Pride, which is very unfortunate because Mistweaver is not super popular right now and Paladin is really popular, and the big, like, Pride is really good for Mistweaver and Pride is not very good for Paladin. So having Pride go away, I think might be bad, maybe. Maybe Pride with Ashen is like really good with Paladin though. It's hard to say. But in general, I feel like Pride is kind of a nuisance for Paladin because they have a problem healing it without cooldowns.
Warning.
Holy shit, we just pulled everything. Or you see like there how I cancel my cast and press Spirit Walkers. Because sometimes the Spirit Walkers takes a little bit to register. Move down here. Oh no, this doesn't even spawn Pride. We still need these guys. I've only met one Mistweaver who could heal in a Pug 15. What the hell? I feel like honestly for most Mistweavers, it's not even strength of the class, right? It's not even the fact that Mistweaver sucks at healing. It's just that it's like not very popular. It's harder to find groups. Its damage is just low. So it's like why would you bring a Mistweaver when you can bring a Resto Shaman or a Paladin right now, it feels like. Is it time to get on our Mistweaver next key? Show this guy what's up. Well, we're doing it on Grievous too.
Warning.
Easy. Was I a Vulpira before? Yeah. Everyone kept making fun of me for having a tail though. Remember to unsummon your Earth Ellie here because it pulls everything. Actually, I don't know if it'll pull anything here. Yeah, Mistweaver is good at Grievous until you run out of mana, but that's one of the big problems with Mistweaver Grievous is you run out of mana very fast, especially with Spiteful where it's harder to drink in between pulls. Oh, the Warlock Gate coming in clutch. Boom. I feel like we're not really going that slow. I'm surprised the timer's so tight. I guess it's a 16 and not a 15. Gonna Boomy to spam Innervate? Yeah, maybe. Maybe we need to... Oh. Maybe we need to find a Boomy group. The problem with Boomy group is in 15s, Boomies don't know how to use their Innervate anyway, so... If you find a Pug with a Boomy, you can maybe rely on like one good Innervate in the whole dungeon, and that's mainly based off of luck. Or Heart of the Wild, yeah. I mean, they don't even have that on their bars. Heart of the Wild. Oh, our rogue friend. We need to protect his cheat. Oh no, they're unlucky. My team is actually getting absolutely slammed by this boss. Not good.
Warning.
We need to go find the mage. Wait, he's not even killing his guy. Come here, mage. Come here. He didn't even ice block or alter time or anything. Just dies. At least he got the totem. Are you guys ready for a pro tip? Not yet. Not pro tip yet. I'll give you a pro tip for how to tank this boss on Grievous. What about Healthstone? I mean, he used Token of Appreciation.
Warning. Warning.
Oh no, he depleted it. You really hate to see that one. You really hate to see that one. Uh-oh. I think our rogue is not happy. Oh no, never mind. Okay, he's back. Our rogue is having some difficulties with the mechanic. The rogue has announced that he's frustrated.
Warning.
I guess I'll battle res. Uh-oh. Our rogue just rage quit. Our rogue said, I'm frustrated, and then our mage said, hi, frustrated, I'm Nieti. And then the rogue left. Unlucky, man. What can you do? What can you do? The rogue vanished? Oh. Our mage says, wow, what a sore loser. Hate to see it. Oh, everyone's gonna be mean to the rogue. Maybe I knew that was gonna happen, and that's why I showed the chat. Valiant effort. Oh no, this was the Warlock's KSM. Oh no, dude. Oh no. Did this mage just grief us? All right, never mind. Do we help him? Viva's here. Wait, I don't know. Do we want the Viva boop kid? Was that toxic? Need to do real work. Okay, let's do it, chat. Let's try and find him a 15 DOS. Bring 15 DOS key. Dungeons. DOS. Wait, Viva has it. Wait, Pog. Viva has it. 15. All right, we need the biggest fighters in all of the lands. Wait, BWPS says the Warlock was in his 16 DOS earlier that we depleted too. Oh no, he's been depleting DOS all day. This poor guy, dude. This poor guy has been depleting DOS all day. We gotta save him. All right, what do we got? Oh, this guy's got... This tank has time 19s. Time 19s. Damn, these tanks are probably gonna be mad that I'm not picking them. We'll take this guy. Who do we get? Heaven Hunt, another Warlock. BG tanks. Do we take BG? All right, the double Boomkin Warlock. Are we trolling? Are we trolling if we take double Boomkin Warlock? I want to invite BG. I thought BG was gonna tank for us, and then I didn't see him, and then I invited the Demon Hunter. We have Shaman Kick. True. Okay, here we go. BG will help us. The greatest boomkins in all the land. Time to attack. Oil, augment rune, flask, feast. I'm guessing with the gods of DPS, Viva and BG, I don't think we'll be able to lust this pack. I think we're gonna make it to first boss in time. Wait, what happened to Viva Boomkin? Oh no, he didn't convoke that pack, that's why. What a gamer, even organizing cooldowns. Viva? Oh, he died opening the thingy. I'll take blame for that. I should have used Cap Totem. I'm about to get sniped. Okay, good. Did he say mask next? Oh, okay, okay. Beta route with a twist. Uh-oh. Well, the upside to only having 3 people alive is it's easier to heal 3 people. What the hell? I bet they didn't use their health stones. I think we should be okay, right? I'm just gonna like use cooldowns on this pride if I need to, because these guys are gonna blast this boss. No, I shouldn't even need to. We're fine. Oh, I sniped him. Wait, BG press Heart of the Wild? What a legend. Oh, the double lubricator. So you can actually outrange these guys. So with double boomkin, it's actually pretty good. You can just stand way the hell back here and then only interrupt the cleaning thing or whatever.
Warning.
Or we just gun them down too.
Warning.
It should be pride, right?
Warning.
Viva? Hello? Easy clap. Our tank is calculating. He says we're going big. Oh no. Is this where we deplete the key? What do you think? Is this tank gonna deplete the Warlock's Keystone Master for the 5th time tonight just for stream clout? Well, he couldn't have gone too big because we have pride. He can't go too ham here. Oh, that was perfect. That was perfect count. Oh, and the mass root. Who are these boomkins? Oh man, our Earth Ellie Earthquake is about to go off here. You ready? We're ascending. Okay, now we have to time the Cap Totem to barely keep it alive for a little bit longer. And it's dead. Oh, healing surge! No. It's alright. It did well. It did well. Oh, he's beating me. Do you guys notice a difference in damage taken from this team and the last team? I think I noticed it a little bit. Okay, so this is all right. Here's the tip that I was gonna say last run until everything went to. So the very last spell Mueh'Zala casts before the intermission is dependent on whether the tank is in range or not. So the 2 spells he has, right, are the slam. So this Soul Crusher or this Cosmic Artifice, right? And so if you're on Grievous week, you always want to be in range of the boss right before the intermission because you don't want him to cast Artifice because it's going to give your whole team Grievous and then they're not going to be able to heal. I mean, this team can heal, but like, so watch. After the boss does this combo, he's only going to do 1 spell. And if the tank is in range, it's going to be Soul Crusher. If the tank isn't in range, it's going to be Cosmic Artifice. And you always want to be in range for Grievous because you don't want that Artifice to go off. And then likewise as a tank, you can actually not go in range of the boss. If you like, let's say your healer is and you're scared you're going to die, you can actually not go in range of the boss just so you don't get that last Soul Crusher, but it'll put the dot on everybody. That's only with that very last cast before the intermission. That's what happened last time. So remember when the mage died to the Grievous? It was because the tank wasn't in range and it put the dot on everyone and everyone got Grievous. Boom, there it is. Shadowlands Keystone Master. We gotta see them out. What was it even called? This one? Oh, hell yeah, there it is, dude. Thanks for the help for the squad boys, BG and Vexilum and Viva. Appreciate you guys coming in for our warlock friend. But now we must go.